And we have made it. It is Friday, June 28th. With that, I'm going to give you the reminder that there is no video Saturday and Sunday. I will be back with you on Monday. So today we're continuing our study on Matthew 24, where Jesus talks about end time prophecies. And we are up to verse 15. This is where it talks about the abomination of desolation. And what is an abomination? It is something that is so ugly, so nasty. It is completely the opposite of God. And desolation, when something becomes desolate, it is completely wiped out. It is so, it just tears everything down. So in Matthew 24:14, this is how Jesus ended the previous part. And this gospel of the kingdom will be proclaimed throughout the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come. Verse 15. So when you see the abomination of desolation spoken of by the prophet Daniel standing in the holy place, let the reader understand. Let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. Let the one who is on the housetop not go down to take what is in his house. And let the one who is in the field not turn back to take his cloak. And alas for women who are pregnant and for those who are nursing infants in those days. Pray that your flight may not be in winter or on a Sabbath. For then there will be great tribulation, such as has not been from the beginning of the world until now, no, and never will be. All right, so let's break down what this is talking about. This is talking about, it is going to be such a, what's the word I'm looking for? Such a dangerous, pivotal event that you're going to be like, I got to get out of Dodge and get out of Dodge quick. You don't even stop to pack a bag. You don't stop to shut down your house or anything like that. You don't hesitate. Boom, I'm getting out of here. I gotta go. I gotta run. And where do they flee to? They flee to the mountains. Now, mountains have a lot of symbolism to it. And as I'm reading this, it never hit me before until just now, as I just now read it. It's kind of like it describes the rapture. You know, 1 minute there, you're there, boom, next minute you're gone. I'm not saying that this is the rapture, but that's something to ponder. It's something to dig into. It's something to research. And I may research that for next week so that we can look at that place in Daniel where it talks about this, and we can talk about and we can look at what are the parallels between the rapture and this. Are they tied together in some way? Because mountains are so often symbolic. Then we get to verse 22. And if those days had not been cut short, no human being would be saved. But for the sake of the elect, those days will be cut short. So this time of great distress, of great desolation, where you're taken off and trying to get away as fast as possible, that time is going to be cut short. It's shortened because of God's grace. Verse 23. Then if anyone says to you, look, here is the Christ, or there he is, do not believe it. For false Christs and false prophets will arise and perform great signs and wonders, so as to lead astray, if possible, even the elect. Now we're going to look at this next week. But one of the things that when you look at the prophecy about the rapture, when Christ comes back to get his church, there's no way you're going to miss it. Whether you're a believer or not a believer, there's no way you're going to miss it. So if somebody's coming around and saying, hey, I'm the Christ, and you're thinking, well, maybe they are, maybe they aren't, it's not going to be one of those maybe kind of situations. If you're saying maybe, it's not the Christ. If you're saying, boom, there he is, no doubt about it, 100%, that's the Christ. And then he says in verse 25, see, I have told you beforehand. Why is he telling us beforehand? So we're not surprised by this. So if they say to you, look, he is in the wilderness, do not go out. If they say, look, he is in the inner rooms, do not believe it. For as the lightning comes from the east and shines as far as the west, so will be the coming of the Son of Man. Wherever the corpse is, there the vultures will gather. Okay, so let's think this through. When lightning strikes, and I'm especially thinking of it at night when it's a dark time, boom, the whole world is lit up and it's a flash like that. You aren't going to miss it. There's this loud, loud thunderclap. The whole house shakes. And it's seen from the east to the west. You can see it from miles away. It lights things up. You are not going to miss it. And then it says, wherever the corpse is, there the vultures will gather. So vultures are are scavenger birds. They eat dead, nasty, rotting meat. What's the corpse? It's that abomination of desolation. It's the Antichrist. And those vultures are going to gather around the Antichrist. We're waiting for that lightning. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.